That's the only way to solve the problem. And Rob with a beautiful transition there, folks. As Patrick called for it, straight down to the match. Someone get this guy a raise, please. He's been dealing with us for almost maybe 5 years now. 4? 4 strong. 4 strong. Another transition. December 2016 is when we brought him in, folks. He's still with us. I don't know how he's made it this long, but God bless him. And you know what? We're going to get through this one together. Brant Mir, final match of today. Let's do it to it.
Rob has been doing this for a small enough period of time that he can still remember when he started.
That's true.
December of 2016, however. It's been a pleasure.
It has. So, Cobra, push you to the test right now. Do you have it? Another pathway. Crack Crown. I know the red one. Cobra. Oh, it's a Cobra battle. Well, hang on. We're going to go to Uro. Let's see if Uro finds a land. I bet it does. Oh, yeah.
Cooking with gas.
Well, now we get to cast Omnath, so yeah, we are.
That's 1, 2, right. That's okay.
Yeah, so you get it, because that's the 4th land, enters untapped, and now Fable Passes can be sacrificed to get a basic untapped. You get it. Yeah, you get it. That is, of course, if Julian wants it. Might want to do something else.
I mean, I doubt it.
I doubt it. I doubt it too, but...
Come back in a second. See where we're at.
I'm doing my commentary with no bias. Okay, so there's Nomnath. All right. Oh, draw a card. Right. Needed the extra push. It's your turn, Tony.
No, we got to get busy.
Yeah, you got to slither on in because you can't trade with the Cobra because you're too far behind. You need to keep your Cobra. You're right. I think I could play this deck. I'm not saying that I want to or that I will. I think I could play it.
The ramp deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you said the deck, so it has to be.
Oh, did you think I was talking about a different deck?
Right, it's the deck on the screen. That's right.
Yeah.
The math does get a little tricky because you have just, when you have 11 mana and 24 mana worth of cards in your hand, you know how you want to split it up. A little tricky. You got to get those reps in. But
That's true. You ain't wrong. All right, it might be Uro time here. Here we go. We got some catching up to do. Might as well gain a little life. Draw a little card ski. There's a pathway. What are we going to put on the battlefield here? Looks like basic island. Okay. Cobra trigger. All right, let's sack this passage. Looks like the last turn. Okay. But no Omnath to complete it. Looks like maybe just a cultivate. So there's a plains and an island untapped with some mana float skis. All right, cultivate. What do we want to dig up? A couple bases. Gotta make sure we get these right in case this Lotus Cobra dies. What?
Right. No, you're right.
That was honest commentary there.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yes.
I wouldn't attack with that. Okay, so the Cobra's dead. That's good.
Yeah, but no rush to do that. You just fire off your draw 5 first order business, and then you got the mana left over regardless. That's just in the holster. You come back, maybe you find something better to do, maybe you don't.
Yeah, tough to say. I mean, we'll find out. Here's a draw 5 right there. Okay, we drew a Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin in our Omnath deck just strikes me as just a little much.
Well, you see, it's good with Lotus Cobra.
I've gathered that.
It's also bad with Lotus Cobra sometimes, so it's confusing.
It just feels like just a little much for me. But you know what? Live that best life. All right, so we're definitely going to play another land, which means we're going to get blue-green, red-white mana.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we get a Cobra on the house.
Mm-hmm.
These counter spells look horrible right now. And we get to kill a Cobra on the house, it looks like. Or maybe Uro works itself in the equation a little bit. Okay, so here's the Cobra. Snack. Maybe plus mana, you use 2, sacrifice the field room, blow up a land comes in the battlefield, and you get 2 back plus 1, so now you're neutral. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Free Field of Ruin.
Yeah, I had to do that math real quick. All right, my eyes. Blow up your land, thanks. Oh right, you get a free. That's cute. You get a you get an Omniature.
To be fair,
right, 3rd land, right?
Julian doesn't need it, but it is nice.
You're right.
Nice. Oh,
Cobra down. You do know, by the way, and I'm not sure how many cards in the graveyard, but I think we've got a blue and a green left over. Okay, so we're out. So we're just gonna leave up the counter magic. Terror of the Peaks.
Shivan Dragon. Does it resolve?
Yes, it does. You have a Shivan. Big draw step. Tingya. Here's Uro. Catcher a try on the draw. Couple of triggers. Patrick's on mute. It's all right.
No, I'm here, man.
Okay.
I'm right here. Just
I didn't
waiting
know if you just.
I'm waiting for combat.
I got you, fam. Hang tight. We gotta escape Uro real quick. See what we can find. Because all of our cards in our ramp deck draw a card, so like that one. So we gotta get a little deeper into it. Gonna bin that one. New card coming. Mountain. Triggers, couple of them. Omnath your face. Cobra up some mana. Blue and a green sounds good. So we're gonna do this one. We're at 40, by the way. We're gonna do this one more time. Let's see what we draw this time. Fabled Passage. Okay. That's probably good for something.
Yeah, I guess you just send them all in. Yeah, combat.
Send the goons. It's a good block. A little trade.
Don't you need the terror though? Like, isn't your one shot here to just completely spike on your turn somehow?
Yeah, I think I would block the Lotus Cobra with the hope that I just run perfect. I don't even know what perfect looks like.
Right.
But yeah, I would hope to run perfect instead of trading there, because I don't think you have an out to run perfect now, and you can't cast Genesis Ultimatum because you have that stupid Plains, and you've also have 5 lands in your hand. So
whatever. Don't stress too much about it.
I'm not stressing even a little. I'm thinking about the Pokeball I'm going to eat in an hour.
A Pokeball? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds really great. Ugin up top. We got Ugin in the house.
Gamers! Hey, gamers! A Pokeball? Yeah, that's it. There's a land. Okay. Yeah, I like casting this one.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay. You there?
Oh, I'm here, babe.
While we wait for these players to sideboard, a little word from our sponsors, Coalesce Apparel and Design. Save 10% at checkout code. Use gift code SCG for 10% off. CoalesceApparel.com.
That's close to the website. It's coalesceapparel.shop. I appreciate that, though. Julian.
One of the stupid Skype icons is over the URL, so I did my best. I did my best
All
guess.
Right. But,
CoalesceApparel.shop. Where does CoalesceApparel.com direct you to?
I don't know. I've never searched for it.
Anyhow, you can save 10% at checkout. Use gift code SCG.
All right, our boy Jerry T came in.
What's up?
Our boy Jerry T came in. He's letting me know Julian is a Swiss dude. These are his words, his quote. Friend of Nadine, the cosplayer. Jerry said his deck is tight, no ultimatum, 7 counterspells main. He probably broke it. And given that he's in the finals and up a game, who am I to argue?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually having some interaction in game number 1 seems like a huge deal when a lot of the game ones we've been watching is just 2 ships passing in the night.
Also, as Jerry mentioned, you escape hitting 3 counterspells, and then those counterspells are available. I mean, it looks a little awkward sometimes, but also there are times when it looks good, because with Escape to the Wilds, you exile the top 5 cards of your library. You may play cards exiled this way until the end of your next turn, so even if you do Escape Instance, it's fine. You can still play them. So there you go. And no ultimatums. So perhaps we did break it with all these counterspells. Reminds me a little bit of our Sultai ramp days, where Alexander Gordon Brown did the same thing. He said, "Yo, I got a lot of permission. You people don't have that stuff, so this is going to be easy mode for me." So maybe Julian did break it in the pre potential standard banning. Here's Lotus Cobra, Lotus Brobra. Confounding conundrum on the battlefield right now here for Tony. Julian with a pretty land-heavy hand, which is good news for the Cobra, but there are no real payoffs at this moment. That Mazemind Tome is going to have to work overtime a little bit. I'm going to start by cycling the Triome, see if he can find a little something better. On a copy of Shatterskull Smashing. Again, not much to do with that either at this moment. Smashing's actually pretty good in this deck, though. Obviously, it's a land. There's a lot of upside when your deck can generate as much mana as it does. And it also does kill Lotus Cobra. So there's some things to like about that card.
Modality. A lot of options.
Yes, sir. Omnath. Draw a card. Genesis Ultimatum in the Gripper Ripper. All right. Well, something to play towards. Sacrifice Evolving Wilds. Can't get a little mana, of course, but this is on the end step, so not a lot to do with it. So now, the question has been presented insofar as the Omnath on the battlefield, and you need to do something about that. And we drew a Lotus Cobra. So, Cobra, play a...
yeah, I mean, you get a full rebate off the Fabled Passage by playing 1 Lotus Cobra.
5. So if my math's right, you can play Cobra, play Passage. That's 5 mana plus a land. That means smashing for 4 to kill the Omnath. Am I right on that?
Yep. I mean, that's one way to do it. You may want to do something with the Tome this turn, but yeah, you can do it that way too.
Well, when I got multiple fetches in my hand, I feel like I just want to go down the get the second Cobra on the battlefield route, because like no sweepers.
No, I think you're correct. That would be my line as well. Just the other option to do with all the mana this turn is just Cobra, Tome, draw, set up for next turn. But I think the Omnath is threatening enough, and that turn that you described is mana efficient enough that's the way to do it.
Bruh. All right, so we're going to go Evolving Wilds. We set up for something major. Okay, so we're just going to go to Tomb. Thought process here is, I guess, not really that scared of what you can do with Omnath, which could be famous last words. Oh, I guess also the Conundrum is also a problem, too, because if you do sacrifice for Fabled Passage immediately, then you have to pick up a land.
Mm-hmm.
So it just does slow down your development some. So I kind of dig this of, yeah, okay, do your worst with your Omnath for a turn, especially in the face of a Conundrum. Don't know how I feel about Conundrum. Can't tell.
It's been low opportunity cost and has had spots of being good. I mean, it definitely is a reflection of how much the mirror match matters, or how much people perceive the mirror match to matter. But I mean, the floor is still so high that it's like can only be so wrong.
Yeah. Are we gonna spin the ultimatum wheel? Oh yeah, let's jam. Okay. Two mana.
Try to find a hit off the tome, I suppose.
I think.
Because you have 2 mana floating plus a land, you can try to find a dispute.
It's a whiff. Not a lot to be done there, so worth a shot. Also, I like the sequencing, though, because now you have a red mana floating as opposed to a different color of mana floating. That's not so bad. All right, so here's Genesis Ultimatum. 3 cards go into the hand or 2 disputes. And the hazard. And then Omnath on the battlefield, Cobra on the battlefield. Okay, so Omnath enters, draw a card, trigger on, ting this. Yep, like that. So the sequencing was actually really good there.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Which was sack the wilds, trigger both Cobras, trigger on for the second Cobra, draw your card, get as informed as you can if you need a blue or a red mana because of dispute, or if you draw a hazard, drew hazard, killed Cobra, maybe potentially slow down Tony's turn. So that was a nice play by Julian. Okay, so yeah, you gotta kill one of these, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Card's too powerful to be left up to its own devices. It is actually kind of interesting though. Like, do you kill it or do you leave dispute up? Because you can't play a land, you have access to red and white mana. So do you just fry a Cobra right now, or do you leave dispute up to counter something? Unclear what that something is, but you're obviously scared of something. And it looks like we're gonna go to Spikefield Hazard.
Well, the problem is if it's dispute, there's no guarantee that you can dispute anything, and the mana from Lotus Cobra kind of lets you play around at the dispute anyway. So I think the ceiling and the floor on this play is higher.
Okay. Now remember, Julian's deck is a little bit different. He's got the main deck counter magic, no Genesis ultimatums like so many players have here. So he's kind of taken his build of this 4-color ramp deck and built it to beat other 4-color ramp decks that are relying on Genesis ultimatum on Escape to the Wilds. That's why you see so much counter magic in his main deck with the 4 negates and the 3 mystical disputes. You can find his deck list on Cardboard Live right on your screen. You click that Star City Games logo, you'll find both Tony and Julian's deck list. So they're pretty different, all things being honest. A lot of the same core pieces, but the side dishes are a little bit different. There's a Fabled Passage. Okay. Conundrum's going to trigger. It's going to force a land to be bounced here. Going to float some mana first. So that's 4, 5, so that's 2, 3, 4. So access to 7. So we're going to go smashing. Okay. Well, that'll take care of the Omnath. But I will say, Tony got a lot of cards in hand there, partner.
Yeah, but it isn't the strongest holding. I mean, it's some draw spells and some counter spells. At this point, Julian's pretty vulnerable to anything powerful and proactive. And there's going to be at least a one-turn reprieve from that.
Escape to the Wild is going to yield a couple of cards. Multiple copies of Shark Typhoon, a Lotus Cobra, and Omnath, and a Spikefield Hazard. Lands enters the battlefield untapped, excuse me. Here's your hazard. Take care of the Cobra. But you got to keep that thing off the battlefield, so that's gone. And Omnath the draw. That's going to get disputed for sure. So feels like Tony's really far ahead this game.
Yeah. Oh, at this point, yeah. Now Tony's got all the extra resources in the world to work with. Has fended off a couple of flurries there from Julian, and now can pivot and start getting this one over with. I think.
Yeah, I'm curious. Which route you're supposed to go on this particular turn, because you do have 2 Shark Typhoons over there in exile, and hardcasting one isn't your favorite thing to do, but losing both of those does seem a little bit rough. But losing a Cobra and an Omnath is similarly rough. So here we go. We're going to start with the Cobra. We're going to play a Triumph. That'll trigger the Cobra. Interesting sequencing there. Were you supposed to play the Omnath before or after the Cobra? Or excuse me, before or after the land?
I mean, land comes after Cobra. Whether or not you want to do one or the other first, I think, is kind of a wash.
Yeah. All right, well, Shark Typhoons are gone. Hand is a Confounding Conundrum, Fabled Passage, Mystical Dispute, Negate, and Escape to the Wilds. Here's a Tome activation, just yields a land, so that's not what the doctor's looking for here in our finals. And we head back over. Here is Spikefield Hazard on the upkeep. All right. Goodbye, Lotus Cobra. Well, hello, Lotus Cobra. Can't keep a good snake down.
Tony's leftovers are just so strong, too. Yeah. And Julian only with Ugin and nothing else.
Yeah, relying desperately on Ugin to get the job done here. Cobra, now it will be passage, which means the Cobra is essentially free, and now the Omnath is generating mana. Figure out what basic to get between everybody's favorite of basic plains, along with mountain and forest as options. Well, then I guess an island too, if you do want to go down that route, which we do. Now here's an escape. Well, ultimatum. Terror of the Peaks, another hazard, couple of lands. Don't forget another land can be played here because of escape. Here comes Terror.
Another big dog.
Big dragon.
Big dragon.
Big Dagron. Wait, you chopping wood over there, bud?
My mother-in-law might be. Not sure. You want me to go check?
Well, no. I mean, you can go and come back if you want.
All right.
I could run it.
All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, you do your thing.
All right.
We got a Maze Mind Tome activation. Goodbye Tome. Gain a little bit of life. Draw a card. Uro. Titan of Nature's Wrath has been drawn. Curious to see how Julian's going to be able to get back in this one if there's any string of draws, because cannot imagine a world in which Tony ever puts down Counter Magic Shield, given the access of mana and everything else. So Negate and Mystical Dispute feel like that wall of Counter Magic, at least one of them, is never going to be put down in a meaningful way. And so that's where I think Julian might be coming to that realization here. Uro's going to be casting the Interim. You could pretty easily dispute that, and if a Negate gets cast in the dispute, I don't think that Tony cares all that much, but you can do a little bit of fighting here if you'd like. Well, looks like we will. Yep, you're going to win that battle.
Alright, what'd I miss?
You missed an Uro being Mystical Disputed.
Great.
Yeah, so a lot.
Deal 1. Take 1 damage.
Ting-a-ling. Bang.
Come on.
Well, you might as well fight. Fight with all you got. Fight with all your heart. All right, there it goes. Game 3, last one.
So to answer your question, someone's building a bench.
Someone's building a bench, huh?
Yeah. It's Colorado. It's Colorado. There's just a lot of woodworkers, People just make stuff. Wasn't common when I was living in Los Angeles or San Diego.
I wonder how difficult. I mean, I'm sure that it is difficult, but I wonder how difficult it is to make a bench.
It's one of those extremely annoying things where everyone in my family is like, "This is not hard," and then I do it, and they're like, "Okay, stop. Okay, stop. Okay, stop. Okay, stop."
Sure.
Awful.
Like I think about things that I don't know how to do, which is a lot of things with my hands, like woodworking and everything, and I'm just like, I don't even know where I'd begin.
Yeah, no, it's my hope that one day I get to teach them how to play Magic, and I'm like, it's really simple. And then on turn 1, they just play all in. I'm like, that was wrong. Start over. Give them the experience.
Yeah. You played that long? What are you doing?
You know that Fabled Passage is free if you play it as your 4th land, right? So if you had to enter the battlefield tap land to play on the first turn, you should try to play that one first. So the Fabled Passage, you have a chance of playing on the 4th turn or beyond. Start over. That's the experience that I have, building stuff. Is that over and over again? Fair.
Like if someone was like, "Hey, make me a clay pot," I'd be like, "I'm gonna leave."
I
don't even know what to do.
My mother-in-law is a potter.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've heard it's fun and relaxing and a bunch of other things, and I'm just like, I don't even know what to do. There are things that I can do that other people can't do. Like, cooking comes natural to me because I've been doing it my entire life. So if someone was like, "Hey, make me dough for a pizza," I'd be like, "Okay, where's your bag of flour and everything else?" But yeah, just make me a pot or something. It's like, all right, what?
Yeah, I don't really know what to, because how am I gonna help these people, right? It's like, oh, you want to learn how to play Magic the Gathering? Do you want to get good at arguing with people online? I don't have a lot of skills with a ton of currency here, so yeah, it's a struggle.
I feel you. Game 3 for it all, folks, right now. Tony Rasmus Pascual against Julian Felix Flury. Apologies, Julian. 4-color ramp mirror. Julian came packing Counter Magic in his main deck. Looking to get an edge on the mirror. No Genesis Ultimatums. Feels like he doesn't need them. Thus far has been correct in the finals for a reason. Got the Jerry Thompson seal of approval, that's for sure. Use a tome. Draw a card. Uro, you hear about that card?
I've heard about it.
Yeah, pretty good.
Uro in the house.
Pretty good card. Pretty good card. Cobra. You had a Cobra noise? Did we hear a Cobra noise earlier?
Only to be used during combat. That is the same sound I have for all snakes.
All snakes the same.
Lowe's Cobra, River Boa, Nass, Asp, all the way down the line. The snakes from Kamigawa blocks, so many snakes, legendary snakes, it's all the same noise.
Oh, I love those snakes from Kamigawa block. Sasuke summons, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Snake tribal, draw some cards, give some beatdowns. Patagia Viper? Ever heard of it?
Huh? No one listening to this broadcast has.
I bet, yeah, there's like no one who knows what Patagia Viper is. It's basically Cloud Goat Ranger. I'm just addicted to those cards. Let's tome it up. Let's draw a card. Another Uro. Okay. We're headed Tony's way. Tony time. Forest.
Tony's hand quite bad against the tome here.
Yeah, it's not great.
Counter spells and big stuff. It's very easy to try to play the game here of holding my wall of hopefully at least bluffing counter spells. And if you don't do anything that forces me to commit my mana, draw a card, move on to the next turn.
Uro, I'm going to find a pathway. And we're going to put an Evolving Wilds on the battlefield. Uro's going to go to the graveyard, gain a little life along the way. You all know the drill by now. 23-20 in favor of Julian. And let's cycle Triome. Island the draw. Yeah, this hand is not coming together all that well. Another island. Yeah, we're just flooding out pretty badly. So you kind of got to rely on escape to actually get anything done this game. Though, I know I mentioned earlier in the tournament, you did mention Shark Typhoon being a thing to play towards. So that can be an effective card, especially when players don't really have removal or a lot of flying.
Yeah, the problem is that just the extra cards are rolling up here for Julian. It's the delta in resources is starting to become noticeable if you look at the two players' hands.
Yep. Riverglide Pathway now in the hand. So land drops will not be a problem. And when you're not playing Genesis Ultimatum, you don't really have to worry about colors being an issue. That's not the end of the world. So here's Uro. We're going to do this again. We got 3 life. Omnath. Okay, pathway on the battlefield now. Forest side.
I mean, really, the only vulnerability from Julian's perspective right now is the lack of a counter spell. Tony may not even want to cooperate anyway, and is trying to play around. Didn't play the 5-mana spell the last turn, but if you're able to find a negate or dispute to fend off one thing, that might be just the only piece that this hand in this position is really lacking.
Well, we got ourselves a shark attack, folks. It's going to be 3 points at a time. So down to 23. Tome, draw a card, gain some life. Yeah, Tomes look really good this game, that's for sure. When the games shape up like this, Tome looks insane.
I think it's very good against the best level 1 sideboard cards.
Sure.
Just like having some counter spells. Tome plays really well there.
Here's Omnath. We're going to cycle Ketria Triome in response. Confounding Conundrum is the new card. So we're going to go Passage, gain 4, crack that Passage. Your Omnath is free. What other fun can we have this turn?
I mean, I imagine you're just trying to push as far forward as you can this turn without having anything critical hit by Mystical Dispute.
Yeah. If you can fade Dispute and negate, that's where you want to be. Here's Kenrith now. Okay.
And Kenrith's a great play for next turn if the game looks anything like this.
Yep.
Because you don't have to worry about negate or Mystical Dispute.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, partner. Third land means that Omnath's going to deal 4. So Tony down to 16, and now you're going to try to escape Uro. We're going to lose a bunch of them to do it. And it's actually going to happen. Okay, so Lotus Cobra the draw. And there was 3 mana left over. 2 untap lands and a mana floating, so makes sense why that would happen. And now here's Cobra. And, do you want to dispute that one? Not really. So Cobra's on the battlefield now, too, alongside Omnath. We know how well those work in conjunction. And we're going to head back over to Tony, who's in some serious trouble. But there's a good place to start to catch up if you want to go to escape. Especially if it resolves. And it does. Here's the conundrum.
Perhaps a little late to the party, but whatever. Get your
Perhaps,
cards.
yes. Potentially. There's the hazard. That's going upstairs. Another Omnath now. Okay. Well, there's something funny.
Oh, just a little tingling, you know?
Yes, yeah. It's always good to give him a little taste. This is Kenrith. And not yet. We say good game. We say good game. Julian Felix Flury is going to win this game and